Hello and welcome. We're the Nations Cup again with two cars this time, and we're at Dragon Trail Gardens layout. As you can see, we're doing some fuel burning to try and make the cars light as possible. Now, you can only do this in this game because for whatever reason the engine doesn't blow up. But don't do this in real life. Now we're qualifying. We just overtook a guy on the outlap, and we've been overtaken by another guy. So that means we have a little slipstream of the fellow Dutchman, which means that we are faster on the straights, but we also need to brake more when coming into a corner. So here, first corner, bit of a lift to back to 5th gear, then braking for the left section, and cut the curbs a bit. Try to do that to get a good exit. You need to go over the sausage curb when the center of the car is just really precise. Here braking hard and mind the traction. You want a good exit everywhere, of course, but that's key at that corner. Here, just a little tap on the brakes, back to 3rd, and use all the curb you can use. And here, we're going a bit wide. I think it was because of the dirty air from the guy in the front, so probably lost 10th there. And going into the last corner already, just brake after 100 meter board, back to 2nd, and go to the outside and cut to the inside again for a good exit of last corner. And coming up to the line, it is 1:22.0, which is good for 4th place, only 0.06 of a second slower than pole. Top 4 is separated by less than 1/10, so it's going to be exciting. So, which side it is this time? We're starting on the left hand side, which means it is the inside of track, and maybe it is going to help us a little bit. So making sure to let the rest bounce a bit, otherwise you won't get away. And we manage to wheel spin a bit, and we get a decent start without traction control, going up to 3rd already. And a guy just turns in on us, but no worries, we still hold on to 3rd place, going into the 2nd corner. Now, putting pressure on the Italian from the last video already, I don't know if I pronounced it right, but who cares. And on the right bottom side, you see already that I'm saving a bit of fuel going into the mix 2, because we need to refuel this race, and you don't want to lose that much pitting time just by refueling. So back to mix 1 again to try to attack on this guy. And he goes to the outside already, so he surrenders. He has other strategy in mind, so that was the job done already. Now next up is the fellow Dutchman in first, but it's going to be difficult. He's 1.8 seconds before already, and he has quite a good pace, so we're just going to save a bit of fuel. Skipping on to lap 6, nothing really much happened. We're going to pit, just as the guy in front, and we're going to the medium tires. All the tires are mandatory in this race, so you need to use all 3 tires, of course, but if you didn't understand me, now you do, hopefully. And we got a bit of breathing space in front and behind, just in no man's land, and we go on with saving fuel. Now the guy behind has closed in a bit, he's now within a second, but he just made a mistake, and that means we don't need to worry about him anymore. Just as the other Italian, he didn't do anything to us, so that was that. And we skipped on to lap 13, and now we're 10 seconds behind the leader, and the guy behind is also a few seconds behind, so still in no man's land, and still saving fuel without worries. So it looks like it's going to be an easy P2. P1 isn't possible anymore unless the guy makes a big mistake, but I don't think he will do that. And the reason I was so far behind was because I was really careful, driving consistent also, but I was really driving careful because I didn't want to make any mistakes on this track, because it will pay you really hard for that. And I didn't got so much time to practice the race, so that's the reason. But still happy to be in second place before the pit stops, because now we will join in P5. But I expect some people to go into the pits again for the last stint, but we'll see. So it's lap 14 already, still 4 laps to go, and you see the Austrian guy and the Italian guy are battling with each other. They can maybe play in my favor, but we will see. So because of the battling, we maybe can catch up with them. We're now 3 seconds behind, and but they're actually on the soft tires, and it will be difficult to catch up because soft tires are much faster than the hard tires. As you can see, it's already increased. It has already increased to 3.1 seconds. So there's no, let's say, a little chance that we can catch up, because their tires are going to wear out much faster, but I don't think it will be enough to get them. So the Belgian guy making his last stop, he goes to the hard tire and refuels a bit, but doesn't matter for us. We're promoting into P4, and there are yellow flags in front, and mostly it's a back mark, but this time it's the race leader who has gone off, and that means we're in 3rd place. So no gap of 10 seconds, but because now we have overtaken him. Here we see what happened. He goes a bit wide and just clips the grass, which results in a spin. And yeah, it's a silly mistake, I would say. It just shouldn't happen when you're on this level with this rank A+. Just shouldn't happen. But it plays in my favor, so that is a nice part of it. And I'm actually happy that he made the mistake. So now into P3 we are podium position, and let's try to hold on to it. He's yeah, of course he's pushing behind because he wants a place back, but we're going to try our best with the little pace disadvantage we have, or just not, because I think he has lost his pace because he lost his concentration when he made a mistake, and also looks like it a bit, or it's just saving fuel a bit, we don't know, but he stays in the slipstream and he doesn't put pressure on us, so that's a bit chill, I guess. Also, we're catching up a bit on the two leaders. Yeah, two guys in front. Of course, there's one leader, but yes, reduced a bit. It just is a bit yo-yoing like a rubber band. It just increases and decreases every time we go. And yeah, there's one lap to go. I don't think I can catch up with them. There needs to happen a miracle. And we see they are both going into the pits, so that means we are in P1 now, in the lead, with one lap to go. Their strategy was going to the hard tire on the only one lap. It's not the best strategy, I guess, but I don't think the soft and the medium tires last long enough to do that quickly, the strategy. But I understand it. The hard tire is the slowest tire, and you don't want to lose that much pace on that tire. And that's their choice, as long as we are in lead as we are now. So only, let's say, 2 cars to go. This long right-hander, touch the curb here and there, and the second last and the first, and then the second last and the last. That's a good line through there. And yes, we go through the last corner without any worries. We run out of fuel a little bit, but that doesn't matter. We had a pace, a gap which was big enough for that, so 1.1 seconds doesn't really matter because we win the race, which is absolutely fantastic. Good for 299 points in this Nations Cup season, and I'm really happy with it. So that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.